Thousands of British drivers fall into expensive traps every single day without realizing it. Between outdated advice from mechanics and persistent urban legends, the automotive world overflows with dangerous misconceptions that cost fortunes. Some appear harmless on the surface, others can completely destroy your engine and drain your savings account. Stay with me because we're about to demolish 21 automotive myths that continue fooling millions of drivers worldwide. Myth number 21, electric vehicles pollute more than petrol cars throughout their entire life cycle. This claim surfaces repeatedly in environmental debates and political discussions across social media platforms. Admittedly, manufacturing lithium-ion batteries does generate significant carbon dioxide emissions during the production process. However, an electric vehicle offsets these initial manufacturing emissions within approximately 18 months of normal driving usage. Lithium extraction, frequently criticized by opponents, occurs primarily in salt lakes using evaporation processes. This procedure resembles salt harvesting more than traditional destructive mining operations that scar landscapes permanently. Lithium represents the most abundant element in Earth's crust after aluminum and remains widely available. Meanwhile, a petrol vehicle continues emitting carbon dioxide throughout its entire operational lifespan consistently. Battery recycling advances rapidly with recovery of valuable copper, aluminum and cobalt materials for reuse. Myth number 20. Premium petrol improves performance in all engines regardless of their design specifications. Octane rating distinguishes different fuel types available at petrol stations across the country. Regular unleaded contains 95 octane, while premium starts at 98 octane or higher. High-performance engines require higher octane fuel, specifically to prevent premature detonation or engine knock. If your engine runs normally on regular fuel, premium petrol provides absolutely no additional benefits. Manufacturers cannot legally claim premium fuel improves performance in engines designed for regular unleaded. They market it as cleaner fuel instead, though this remains largely marketing rhetoric. All petrol grades contain identical detergents mandated by government regulations to prevent carbon buildup. If regular petrol caused engine problems, every older vehicle would suffer from clogged fuel systems. Myth number 19. Manual transmissions always deliver better fuel economy than automatic gearboxes. This statement held true 20 years ago with primitive automatic transmission technology. Those systems wasted considerable energy through torque converters and shifted sluggishly between gears. Drivers maintained better control over engine speed according to driving conditions and terrain. Today, automatic transmissions have evolved dramatically, often surpassing manual gearboxes in efficiency. Continuously variable transmissions and dual clutch systems optimize every gear change with perfect timing. They maintain engines operating within optimal efficiency zones consistently throughout the journey. These systems respond faster and more precisely than any experienced human driver possibly could. Technology has progressed significantly while outdated prejudices remain firmly entrenched in people's minds. Myth number 18. Warming up your car during winter remains absolutely essential for engine protection. Fuel-injected engines can indeed start without prolonged warm-up periods lasting several minutes. However, waiting 30 to 60 seconds before driving helps preserve internal mechanical components. Cold starts represent the most destructive moments for any internal combustion engine. Thick, cold oil circulates poorly through narrow passages within the engine block. This inadequate initial lubrication wears pistons, rings and cylinder walls prematurely through metal contact. 1 minute allows oil to reach vital engine components and establish proper lubrication films. You don't need to wait 5 to 10 minutes like drivers did decades ago. A well-maintained engine can easily exceed 200,000 miles with proper care. If you find this information valuable, subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch all our automotive tips. We regularly publish content that can save you hundreds of pounds on unnecessary repairs and maintenance. Myth number 17. Disconnecting the battery cable tests alternator functionality safely and accurately. This method from the 1970s can instantly destroy modern electronic systems. Today's vehicles contain countless computers and components sensitive to voltage spikes and electrical surges. Disconnecting the battery while the engine runs creates massive voltage spikes throughout the electrical system. This surge can reach 125 volts within milliseconds, destroying expensive components. It immediately fries engine control units, radios, and other sophisticated electronic equipment. Resulting repairs can cost thousands of pounds in replacement parts and labor charges. A simple £20 multimeter measures alternator output safely within 30 seconds without risk. With engine running, voltage should read between 13 and 14.4 volts consistently. Myth number 16. Free diagnostic services at auto parts stores provide accurate problem identification. These complementary services primarily aim to sell you parts immediately without proper investigation. The diagnostic tool simply reads error codes stored within the vehicle's computer system. These codes indicate general malfunctions but don't specify the exact cause of problems. For example, an oxygen sensor code might indicate faulty sensor, contamination, or poor electrical connections. The salesperson will logically suggest replacing the sensor without further diagnostic testing. However, the problem could stem from dirty air filter or intake manifold leaks. These stores don't guarantee their diagnoses for obvious legal liability reasons. A qualified mechanic possesses experience to identify the actual root cause accurately. Myth number 15. Antifreeze isn't necessary in hot climate regions where temperatures never drop below freezing. Antifreeze protects cooling systems far beyond simple freeze protection during winter months. It contains corrosion inhibitors that preserve aluminum and other metals throughout the system. Without these additives, water gradually attacks internal engine components, causing deterioration. Even distilled water eventually causes corrosion problems over extended periods of use. Lime deposits from tap water form scale buildup that restricts coolant flow through passages. These deposits reduce cooling efficiency and can cause dangerous engine overheating situations. Saving money on antifreeze will cost significantly more in future repair bills. Myth number 14. Soap on squealing belts fixes the underlying problem permanently. Belt squealing usually indicates slippage from moisture, contamination, or insufficient tension. Soap might temporarily mask noise, but often worsens the underlying mechanical problem. Check belt tension first by pressing firmly against the belt surface. If it deflects more than 2 centimeters, immediate adjustment becomes necessary. Some systems feature adjustable pulleys, while others use spring-loaded tensioners requiring replacement. A worn belt shows cracking or fraying along the edges clearly visible during inspection. For emergency repairs, brake fluid drops can provide temporary assistance until proper repairs. Myth number 13. Fuel additives significantly improve mileage and engine performance across all vehicles. Marketing for these products promises miraculous results: savings, power, and complete system cleaning. If additives worked so effectively, fuel companies would incorporate them directly into petrol. This would provide decisive competitive advantages over their industry rivals immediately. Some additives do clean fuel systems, injectors, and intake passages to some degree. Their effects remain limited and temporary in most real-world driving scenarios. The cost of these products frequently exceeds any promised fuel savings achieved. Octane boosters represent the most obvious examples of misleading marketing claims. Their performance effects remain imperceptible on standard production engines. Myth number 12. Dealerships provide superior service compared to independent repair shops. This perception relies more on brand image than demonstrable facts or evidence. Independent mechanics access identical original equipment parts as authorized dealerships. They can also source equivalent quality aftermarket components at reduced prices. Selling your vehicle brand doesn't confer special repair expertise or knowledge. Independent technicians continuously train on emerging technologies and diagnostic equipment. They use identical diagnostic tools and software as official dealer networks. Their hourly labor rates typically remain 20 to 30% lower. Customer service often proves more personalized and attentive to individual needs. Myth number 11. Traditional tune-ups remain absolutely essential for modern vehicle maintenance. Older vehicles required frequent adjustments and regular component replacements for proper operation. Carburetors needed adjustment, ignition timing required setting, and consumables needed frequent replacement. Modern engines self-regulate through sophisticated engine control modules that monitor hundreds of parameters. These computers constantly adjust air-fuel mixtures and ignition timing automatically for optimal performance. Modern ignition components last tens of thousands of miles before requiring replacement. Even fuel filters, now integrated within tanks, self-clean as fuel circulates through them. The only necessary interventions involve fluid changes and natural wear item replacement. Myth number 10. Adding refrigerant solves all air conditioning problems regardless of underlying causes. First, Freon was banned commercially in 1987 due to ozone depletion concerns. Modern vehicles use R134A or R1234YF refrigerants instead. Air conditioning systems operate with precisely calculated refrigerant quantities measured by weight. Overcharging or undercharging reduces efficiency and can permanently damage the compressor. The only correct method involves evacuating the entire system before refilling with exact specifications. This procedure requires professional equipment and certified precision scales for accurate measurement. If the system is empty, leaks must be located and repaired before adding refrigerant. Refrigerant doesn't create cold air, it simply transfers heat from one location to another. Myth number 9. Filling up during morning hours saves money on fuel purchases. This theory assumes cooler morning temperatures make fuel denser, providing more volume for money. Actually, petrol station tanks are buried several meters underground for temperature stability. This underground location maintains constant temperature throughout daily weather variations. External temperature changes don't affect fuel density stored in these insulated underground tanks. Fuel pumps are calibrated to deliver accurate volume at standardized reference temperatures. The time of your visit doesn't influence the quantity of fuel you receive. Beware of overfilling on hot days. Expanding fuel might cause minor overflow problems. Fill up whenever convenient. The promised savings simply don't exist in reality. Myth number 8. Women drive worse than men according to statistical evidence and research. Insurance statistics completely contradict this widespread assumption about driving ability. Women pay lower premiums because they cause fewer serious accidents and claims. Men more frequently adopt risky behaviors while driving, including excessive speeding. They exceed speed limits more often and take unnecessary risks behind the wheel. Regarding technical skills, studies show nuanced results requiring careful interpretation. Men perform better on driving tests and parallel park more quickly and accurately. Women drive more cautiously but may become distracted more easily during operation. Like financial investing, caution often prevents major catastrophic losses. Myth number 7. Inflating tires to maximum pressure printed on sidewalls optimizes performance. This figure represents the maximum pressure the tire can safely handle without failure. It doesn't represent optimal pressure for your specific vehicle's requirements. Overinflation makes driving uncomfortable and wears tire centers prematurely. Underinflation increases fuel consumption and risks dangerous blowouts at speed. Correct tire pressure appears in your owner's manual or driver's door placard. This value balances handling, braking, fuel economy, comfort, and tire longevity. Check pressure when cold, ideally morning before driving for accurate readings. Myth number 6. Changing transmission fluid damages automatic gearboxes and causes failures. Transmission fluid ages like all other vehicle fluids through heat and contamination. It operates between 75 and 90 degrees Celsius continuously during operation. Every 10-degree increase above 70 doubles the oxidation rate significantly. Degraded fluid transforms into varnish and corrosive acids that damage internal components. These substances coat clutches and sensors, leading to serious operational problems. Healthy fluid maintains characteristic translucent red coloring throughout its service life. Once it turns brown or black, replacement becomes urgent and necessary. Depending on driving habits, plan changes between 40,000 and 70,000 miles. Myth number 5. Thicker oil improves performance in high-mileage engines significantly. Modern engines operate within extremely precise tolerances calculated through engineering. Inappropriate viscosity can block variable valve timing systems and compromise lubrication. Modern oil passages are much narrower than those in older engine designs. Excessively thick oil struggles to circulate properly, especially during cold weather starts. Poor circulation causes premature wear of pistons, rings, and valve train components. If your engine burns oil without visible leaks, choose high-mileage synthetic oil. These special formulations contain seal conditioners that slightly swell worn gaskets. Myth number 4. Changing oil every 3,000 miles remains necessary for engine protection. This recommendation dates from the 1970s when mineral oils dominated the market. Engines then lacked proper sealing and filters became contaminated quickly during operation. Modern synthetic oils resist thermal and chemical breakdown far more effectively. They maintain lubricating properties well beyond traditional service intervals established decades ago. Contemporary engines benefit from superior materials and more efficient sealing systems. Consult your owner's manual. Most manufacturers now recommend intervals of 7,500 to 10,000 miles. Following manufacturer recommendations optimizes both engine longevity and maintenance costs. Myth number 3. Using mobile phones while refueling can cause dangerous explosions. People previously believed mobile phones could ignite fuel vapors through radio frequency emissions. However, extensive testing has conclusively proven this scenario impossible under normal conditions. Even television show Mythbusters tested this thoroughly without achieving any ignition. The fear originated from concerns that radio signals might create sparks in loose wiring. This theory lacks scientific foundation according to all credible research conducted. If fuel vapors were so sensitive, vehicle engines and radio emissions would constantly ignite them. Petrol station fires more commonly result from static electricity discharge during fuel handling. When replacing nozzles, static discharge can ignite accumulated fuel vapors around the area. Myth number 2. Driving with windows down always uses less fuel than air conditioning. This belief seems logical initially for many cost-conscious drivers seeking savings. However, once you exceed 45 miles per hour, the equation reverses completely. Open windows create significant aerodynamic drag, forcing engines to work much harder. At motorway speeds, this drag can increase fuel consumption by 15%. Modern air conditioning impacts consumption only 5 to 8% maximum. Manufacturers have dramatically improved cooling system efficiency in recent years. Current compressors automatically adjust to demand and consume less energy overall. In urban driving, where speeds remain moderate, open windows do provide viable alternatives. Myth number 1. Maintaining your own vehicle is too complicated or dangerous for average owners. This belief greatly benefits manufacturers and professional repair shops financially. Most automotive problems involve normal wear of consumable components over time. Rubber deteriorates, plastics crack, and fluids degrade through normal operational cycles. These basic mechanical issues don't require specialized computer knowledge or training. If you can repair bicycles or replace phone batteries, you can maintain vehicles. Oil changes, filter replacements, and fluid checks remain within most people's capabilities. Video tutorials explain every procedure step by step with clear visual demonstrations. A basic OBD scanner costs under £50 and diagnoses most common problems. We've reached the end of this exploration into persistent automotive myths that continue deceiving drivers. I hope this information helps you make better decisions for your vehicle and wallet. Don't hesitate to subscribe and activate notifications to discover our upcoming specialized automotive content. Together, we'll demystify the automotive world and help you save money on unnecessary repairs.